Please note that any comments, jokes, questions, maybe anything that we say on the history of bad ideas is all in good fun. And remember, we insult everybody. Our thoughts, opinions, questions, anything else, actions that we do on the show do not reflect any of our employers, organizations, advertisers, or anyone else that is associated with the history of bad ideas. And remember, at the end of the day, it's just a joke. Welcome to the History of Bad Ideas, episode number 420. I'm Jason.
I'm Jeff.
Blake.
And I'm the intern.
I think I almost had a stroke there. Forgot what I was doing. I don't know what...
Do you, smell bacon or something?
No, but it's 420. I smell something else. Episode 420. No, not really.
Oreo cookies?
Yes, and Pez. We got tons of Pez here.
Yeah.
And candy.
Hey, that's my bribe.
Doug gave you a good bribe. He did give you a good bribe. Brian, welcome back.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you. You got Rambo.
Yeah, I saw that. I came into a collector's edition Rambo.
Unfortunately, you don't have a DVD or Blu-ray player.
I don't, but that's okay.
It's still a good bribe.
Yeah, I don't need one.
He tried to sneak it onto my chair so I'd sit on it and break it so he can blame me for not being able to watch it despite the fact he doesn't have a player.
Which one was it? Hold on. Which one was it? Because that might be the reason why to break it.
No, it's First Blood.
Oh, the first one? Okay, I'll give you that one. Yeah. Brian Dennehy. Blake's dropping stuff over here. What's going on? Oh, God.
The intern.
Oh, God. Blake's got the Hawkeye tracksuit.
Wrapping his feet around my cord.
Hold on. Blake's got the Hawkeye tracksuit. He's a villain.
Yeah, I wore my Russian Mafia outfit.
I like it. Yeah.
Hey, Ronan, you so tough now, eh?
I haven't watched the new episode. You guys can spoil it, but I have not watched it.
They all died.
Oh, the end. The end. Supposedly the director of Hawkeye, or the creator of the series, the new series, said that there's plenty of stories left for Clint Barton and his Hawkeye character. So that's going to be interesting.
So they're telling us right now they don't kill him off.
Unless you do prequels. You can do him as Ronin. I'm fine with that. That would be kind of cool. Ronin was a badass in the comics.
There is a pretty funny scene where she's talking to him about branding. Mm-hmm. It's like, you got to change your branding. He's like, I'm about low key or low profile. It's like, no.
She continues it on in that.
Oh, and this one.
Yeah, she continues it on, and they're sitting at a diner, and she starts designing his outfit uniform, which is actually, I guess, the old style
purple.
With the comic book outfit with the
mask.
With the mask and the H on the top. He's like, what is that? And he's like, well, that's an H. And what are those things? What am I wearing? Glasses? No, those are wings. And he's like, I'm not wearing that. And she's like, what if it were black? And he's like, no.
I always loved that costume in the comics, but in real life, I don't think it would look good at all.
Most comic book costumes will not translate well into real life.
Remember when there was a big uproar amongst the fanboys when the X-Men, the original X-Men movies, they weren't wearing the yellow and blue? They were upset by that. It's like, no, that's a good thing. You do not want them wearing that yellow and blue.
I think most people thought they did well, just the black leather or whatnot was. What would you prefer, yellow and blue spandex?
Speaking of X-Men, I did watch the last 40 minutes of Dark Phoenix.
Oh.
The new one?
Yeah.
Never seen it.
So you'll watch the last 40 minutes? So
It was on TV. I was flipping through. I was like, oh, Dark Phoenix. Oh, no.
So you had no clue what was going on, but you decided it sucked anyway.
To be fair, Fox Studios did not have any clue of what was going on either, so I don't think I was too far out of the realm.
They had an idea what was going on, and then Captain Marvel came out first, and they said, shit, that's too much like our movie.
With the villain.
Yeah.
I liked it.
We have to change Act 3.
I liked it. Oh, no, Captain Marvel I liked. Dark Phoenix was trash. I saw the
the worst X-Men
train
movie.
the train scene,
Yeah.
and it was like, who's the guy with the head, the dreadlocks? He whipped his hair back and forth. Was he a good guy?
Remember.
I couldn't tell who was a good guy or who was a bad guy.
I'll guess bad guy because I can't remember.
I don't know. He was
Character.
taking out some mindless thugs.
Was it Willow Smith?
It was Jaden. Jaden. But I liked it. I like that. I like that poll. Yeah, there was a lot of mindless thugs on that train that they were beating up. And Nightcrawler finally decides to do something with his powers. Oh, I can actually use my tail, and I can teleport. Yeah. Why don't you do that earlier, you jerk?
He's only a kid, Jason.
No. What's Professor X been doing then? Training them, right?
No, educating them.
Oh, that's bull. He's building an army. He's as bad as Magneto. And if I have to see one more chess scene between Professor X and Magneto at the end, my God, we get it. They like chess.
Okay,
Get
Jason,
over it.
don't read the comic books.
Well, I like the comic books.
Okay, but there's a lot of them playing chess in the comic books.
Yeah, but the comic books are good. It ties into that. It feels like every chess scene in the X-Men movies is just Fox like, look, we're really in depth, and these guys are very, very good, and this is the twist. No, you're just awful. You're awful. So that was what I saw. Brian, you got anything? How you been doing?
Not too bad.
Okay.
I'm fully 5G charged up and ready to go.
Oh, me too.
Yeah.
Me too. Is that why you were out last week?
Yeah.
Feeling a little...
Yeah, feeling a little under the weather.
Okay. It does take a while for the 5G to kick in.
Yeah, had a bit of a sinus deal going on, and then got my booster, so knocked me down a little bit.
Got my booster 3 weeks ago, I think. Yeah, I think it was 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
So I feel very super strong since then. It did give me the flu, because I think the flu is in the booster vaccine.
Yeah.
I think that's what they said.
I think that's how that works.
Yeah.
If we can give you a smaller disease, you can't catch the bigger one.
When I got the polio vaccine, I got chicken pox in it. And when I got the chicken pox vaccine... No, I didn't have it. I didn't get the chicken pox vaccine.
When I got the shingles vaccine, they gave me chicken pox.
Oh, okay.
And that's how that works, right?
Did you get the shingles vaccine?
No, I didn't.
Oh, okay. I was going to say. I think you're officially old if you get the shingles vaccine, right?
Supposed to be.
Oh, well, I'm at the age where you should be getting the shingles vaccine, but if you've already had it, is it worth getting the vaccine?
Shingles?
Yeah.
You've had
I
it?
don't know.
Yeah.
Is it painful?
I didn't think it was that bad. Mm-hmm. Like, it wasn't painful if you didn't touch it.
Gotcha. Okay.
That's what she said.
Blake, you've been in the military. You have, 27 vaccines in you?
Yeah.
Do you feel super strong or weird with any of them?
No.
Okay. Did you get leprosy? The leprosy vaccine?
Not that I know of.
Okay. Did you get leprosy?
I don't know. Yeah, I do know they took my DNA for cloning or something.
Oh, I feel
That's all
sorry.
I know.
Is that how you get the miniature D&D guy of yourself?
Correct.
Did you get the irradiated spider venom shot into you?
No, but I think just like multiplicity, I think every other clone they kept making, they kept getting stupider.
What clone are you?
I don't know. Obviously not the first one, because I'm pretty stupid.
I don't remember if that movie was good or not.
It was there.
Michael Keaton. Okay.
It was
It
okay.
had moments.
Okay.
No, they took your DNA for remains testing and all that kind of fun stuff.
Oh. And to see if you had a serial killer in your family like the one the police do, and they send it away to see who
supposedly it's supposed to be in a vault somewhere and they don't touch it.
Sure.
Unless you're
The government
MIA
took
or MIA or KIA.
Yeah. The government took it? Yeah, I believe that.
No, this was back before the DNA testing. I mean, this was back in the mid-90s. I remember you had to get the scrape there in the mouth. It was pretty cool.
Really? Mm-hmm. Facebook doesn't listen in on your calls either, or what you're scrolling through.
You know what is
Meta.
interesting is the fact that, all right, I got a new Sony TV, right? Merry
Smart
Christmas,
TV?
Happy Birthday to me, right?
The smart TV?
Yeah, like the Google Smart TV.
Yeah.
So it's got the buttons and stuff. And so the TV will be off. Mm-hmm. And I will be sitting downstairs and I'll like run my laptop up or whatever. And like a senile old man, I'll say something aloud to myself. Mm-hmm. And the TV turns on.
Really?
Yes.
Maybe your house is haunted.
No.
Oh.
It probably has something to do with the fact that it's a Google TV, that Sony, whatever, Bravia, whatever it is. And I've used that microphone, and I think I've enabled the microphone. So when it hears you, I think it just automatically turns on when I say something.
Yeah.
There should be a key word that it uses.
A safe word?
Like a safe word?
Bananas. Safe word's bananas.
So that's what I think is actually going on. It's not haunted. I think it is listening. And it's just like everything else,
Well, it's like Alexa in your house. That's listening. Oh, Google Home.
Oh, you've seen the news articles where the lady finds which there's a thing where you can go in and look at all the recorded conversations Alexa has recorded on you and kept in a vault or a hard drive save.
Amazon does not go into that at all.
No.
At all. I trust them.
Sure.
I just feel sorry for the people that have to listen through my conversations.
I
mean, we put this out there for everyone to listen to, and this is as exciting as it gets.
I always like the people not to go into a political thing like, you're taking my freedoms, you can't do anything. Oh, yes, I'll buy that Alexa, put that in my house. It's like you're letting them in.
Yeah, I know.
You don't have to put a microchip in a vaccine.
No. They already have your information.
They've got you. They know where you're at.
Do you have a cell phone? Because guess what? They're going to track it. No, they can't track it. I turned the tracking off. No, they can track you.
We don't need microscopic mini tracking chips inside of vaccines to figure out where you are.
You know what they should do? If you get a vaccine, you get a new phone automatically. We don't need to put anything in yet. Just here's your new phone. Don't worry about it.
Right.
Don't worry about it. There's a reason why when you talk about something, the commercials come up on your phone, on Facebook and that.
Oh yeah, it is kind of funny. Even in talking to like my dad, he's like in his mid-70s, and like, well, I'm not going to sign up for that Hulu app or whatever. I don't give him my credit card. And I'm like,
I don't give them my email.
You use, yeah, exactly. It was like, you use a credit card. Yeah, I was like, all right, they know everything about you already.
Yes,
actually, probably more than the government does.
Yes,
the government probably knows less about you than what these companies do based upon everything that they've got following you and all that kind of fun stuff.
Your dad's in his 70s. My dad's 80. I could just see them. I'm not putting any of that stuff. I want it back in the old days when there was a van with a speaker outside listening in. I don't want them in my house.
Yeah.
Just tell them you're in my phone. They have everything.
Yeah. Well, he's coming around. I taught him to do Apple Pay, and it like blows his mind.
Oh God. God.
I'm serious. It was a major event. We went, to Costco, and I was like, okay, here we go.
You had a trial run.
It's like I'm like in the Progressive commercials, except this role reversal. Okay, now here you got your iPhone. Okay, excuse me, ma'am. Does this take Apple Pay? Well, yes, it does. Take your phone, put it up against their thing there. Hit double click on that button twice.
We all see it.
Yeah,
it's got blue hair. Nobody has to say anything.
That's right.
We all see it.
I love those commercials.
They're so good.
They're good. Yeah.
My parents learned how to use. I've said the iPad. Well, they haven't learned how to use it. They use it, and when they make phone calls, like the video phone calls, and it's like FaceTime. It's like, well, I think I see my mom's top of her head or the side of her cheek. My dad's talking. Can you see me? No, I see a couch. That's all I see. Where are you? Anyways, Jeff, how are you doing?
I'm doing good.
Good. We did not have a poll of the week this week.
What?
Well, we're at Bad Ideas Podcast on Twitter because, Jeff, we have the Hobie Awards coming up.
Oh, yeah.
And we have a lot of polls coming out for that. So, yeah.
And they're called the Floppy Awards, not the Hobie Awards.
That's true, the Floppy Awards. Sorry.
Presented by Hobie.
That's right. We got Everything I Learned from Movies submitted their segment.
Already in.
Pop Culture Cafe has already submitted their segment.
Boom, in.
And best part about Pop Culture Cafe is I have no idea what they're presenting because they're not announcing what their category is until the very end of the segment. So
Nice.
Fun.
not sure about that. But yeah, we got some more coming to us too. So Heno is making an appearance.
All right.
So
Hey, are we going to have him guest on here? What's going on?
we can.
We should get his butt on here when he's not out playing music and shit.
Heno, he could be. He gave us this nice mixer.
I know he's almost kind of like our uncle. What's his name from Orphan Annie?
Oh God,
Danny Warbucks?
He's almost kind of like our Warbucks. He's almost like our benefactor.
he's like Harry Connick Jr.
yeah,
in a skull cap.
except he looks better.
Oh.
I think he sounds better too. Well, I don't know. Harry sings very well,
Can we please?
but Heno does have the podcast personality.
He does. He has a face for TV though,
Yeah,
unlike us.
no, we have faces for radio.
Bodies
Podcast.
for podcasts.
Podcast not on YouTube. Video.
Well, we're supposed to have a camera up there.
But the llama's there.
You've only had
looking
18
down
months
on
to
us.
get it, Jeff. We were on pandemic time.
And then you would have to learn how to digitize my face out.
Well, we would do it angled. They
Actually,
would
you
only
know
see your
what?
tracksuit.
Actually, you know what? I'll just like wear one of those fake masks with fake digital pixels on front of it.
I like it.
And
Or,
then-
or you can wear the
Gummy bear.
The gummy bear mask.
Gummy bear mask. That's true.
You could wear like a Jimmy Carter mask or something.
Yeah.
dead mouse mask.
Yeah.
What's the
I'll
dead
do a
mouse
dead
one?
mouse mask. Those are
The
cool.
Big mouse head.
Oh, how about Marshmallow? The Marshmallow guy.
Even though I can't play DJ songs.
Do you know who the Marshmallow guy is?
No. Oh, was that the guy with the...
Marshmallow guy?
Is that the guy that has X's over his eyes?
Yeah, I think so.
okay.
Oh, okay.
I was trying to get my son out there to respond.
I thought that was
he
Dead
knows
Mouse.
Marshmallow, I think. What's that?
I thought that was Dead Mouse.
Dead mouse has like a big round head with mouse ears.
Welcome to the oldest podcast ever right now.
Yeah.
I used Apple Pay today.
You know what's really funny about
We're talking about a guy who retired 5 years ago, and we can't
Dead
identify.
Mouse retired?
I'm pretty sure he did.
Well, yeah, even that British duo that wore like motorcycle helmets when they DJ'd and did dance music.
Who?
What are those guys? It's
No.
not Dead Mouse. It's
Yeah, what's their name?
not Chemical
Daft Punk.
Brothers. Yeah, Daft Punk.
I think they were French.
Yeah, they would definitely retire.
This is the part of the song we dance to.
Yeah.
Well, now I'm going to see if Dead Mouse is
So
retired.
let's see. The funny thing about Dead Mouse is that his head thing doesn't work when it rains.
So it leaks in?
I don't know, but
He,
so
he turns
was
it off
at-
so he doesn't electrocute himself.
I guess
He would be a dead mouse then.
Literally.
we saw him at Bunbury. Like I don't know, it's probably 5-6 years ago, and it was raining, and like literally, like it all like his head like lights up, and he has all these effects, and it was just dark. Like it wasn't turned on. He kept it on. He was just in the dark. It was so funny.
Either his batteries were dead or he was worried about electrocution.
He's got an extension cord to the back of his head. Charge me up! Charge me up!
This isn't grounded. You guys have a GCFI plug-in? No? Oh,
Damn it!
damn it. Hey, they canceled Bunbury this year, didn't they?
For
Isn't it-
2022, yeah.
It's been canceled. I think.
Last 2 years.
Well,
Yeah,
The 22 has been canceled already?
They've already announced because they announced that it's going to be canceled again. So that wasn't this fall. This was.
Next
in,
year.
It's
Next
in,
year already?
It's usually the first weekend in June.
Oh, okay.
They said pandemic issues because the pandemic's still going on.
Yeah.
They said issues with getting stuff in, like everyone else right now. Just the items coming in.
And I thought the other thing was too many rules.
Like the
There's too many rules because of the pandemic.
the bands.
No
Like what else would they need?
Supplies.
supplies.
The beer, the alcohol.
So
well,
they
there's
said
plenty of that in Cincinnati.
that's what they said. Don't look at me. I'm not running
Plenty of beer in
Bunbury.
Cincinnati.
Yeah.
And they said that
But
they
they'd run
couldn't-
out if they had to stock all Bunbury.
They said they don't think they could get enough volunteers either. So that's the other issue. I mean, for God's sakes, there was
Maybe
a
pay them.
there was a parade.
Then they're not volunteers, they're employees.
There.
Then there was a parade on the west side of town that almost ended because they didn't have enough volunteers. Oh my God! Not a parade on Thanksgiving.
You mean it didn't end?
No.
Damn
They
it.
scrambled and got enough volunteers at the last minute.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
No, it isn't. It's a parade. Nobody gives a shit about parades.
Did the parade inhibit any of your traffic mobility driving around
I don't leave the
town?
house, Blake, so no.
All right, then what's it to you, man?
Why are you standing out there watching a parade?
Why not? Some people like that
It's a
shit.
tradition.
I will say that
Freaking
Yes,
traditions.
parades have really screwed up traffic and screwed up my comic buying.
Yeah, I will say when I used to buy comic books a lot, yeah, I did screw that
the
up.
comic store was on the parade route.
Yeah.
You just had to go on parade
Don't go on the
day.
day of the parade.
It was on a Wednesday or Thursday.
Well, it was on a Thursday after the holiday.
Oh, that's right. So the
So
comic
the
books.
comic books were delayed one day. So it was comic book day. You can't not go to the comic book
Yeah.
store on comic book
That's
day.
really the only day you should be going.
Or if you're just lonely, you just show up.
That's true.
Or if you want good conversation with this Jimmy at Paper Street.
Yeah, I just pop in just to talk to Jimmy.
Yo, Jimmy. Well, he's got a lot of other stuff, too.
So apparently this article in 2016 said Dead Mouse was going to retire at the end of the year. Mm-hmm. But apparently he hasn't. He's still active.
He's like a wrestler. I'm retiring. I promise. I promise.
Is he
But I think I remembered 5 years ago, I thought I remembered hearing he was going to retire. I guess he just didn't follow through.
Ric
with
Flair says that he's never retiring, even though he had 2 retirement matches, and maybe 4. And he's 73, I think, now. And he said he's going to die in the ring. He'd rather die in the ring. And it's like, okay. Nobody cares, Rick.
Can't
Stop
wait
it.
to see that.
Yeah. Yeah. Who wants to do that?
Save it for a
Apparently
Monday
Dead
night.
Mouse announces every year he's retiring.
What a great gig! I'm
I saw
retiring
one
this year. Better
in
go see it
2018
now.
and now November 12th of this year, he says
It's like
he's going to.
it's like the old school bands that go on the retirement tours, like last tour ever.
Like the
Rolling-
Eagles did 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And
The
then
Rolling
touring.
Stones did 25 years ago.
two years later, we're
It's
kind of running out of money, so
It's a reunion tour, yeah!
greatest hits tour.
Oh.
Even though we play our greatest hits every night.
It's the Viagra tour.
No, the worst was Motley Crue with their, this is our farewell tour. We're going away, and then
They didn't.
Well, they kept
did.
adding dates, and they extended it for 3 years. Like they came through town and said this is the last time they'll be playing here, and then 6
18
months later
yeah.
they added another show.
Into Cincinnati.
Yeah. They came through Cincinnati twice on their retirement tour.
To be fair,
And then they were supposed to have a tour after that. But
they
COVID shut it
were
down.
on a lot of drugs. They didn't know where they were going, so maybe they just showed up. It's like the Beatles; they just show up on a rooftop.
It's a great gig for the bus driver. No, we're still going, guys. Nope, not quite done yet.
Yep,
Got a couple more weeks.
Mr. Bus Driver,
Got a
we're,
full tank of gas.
we're done. No, come on, we're going. Just filled them up.
We still got to go to Lexington and then Louisville, and then we got to loop around 75. Yeah,
I got a girl in Akron. We're going.
we've got another 6 weeks.
That reminded me a couple months ago, like on Facebook, following musician Jeff Tate, former lead singer of Queensryche. And on Facebook, he's like, anybody out there got a commercial driver's license that's looking for a gig?
Was he looking for a bus driver?
He was looking for a bus driver like that day, or like, and I mean, and of course, this is, we're still in the pandemic. I'm
Sure.
not sure what happened, but apparently he lost his bus driver like right before their tour started, or I don't know if it was even in the middle of the tour.
One of the people that
Can somebody pick me up at the airport?
And like people responding, and like eventually he started responding, and then like I guess his agent was like, "Oh yeah, I'll send you a private message." So like everybody who responded, they're checking to see if who wants to be our bus driver.
He's got a commercial driver's license.
it was like Rockstar, but instead it's Bus Star. Mark Wahlberg, you're the bus driver. Yay! No, it's a sequel. We're doing it. There's a woman that I work out with that her husband and her, fiance and her, 3 days before the wedding, the DJ got sick, and they were looking for a DJ at the last minute. Oh. And it's like, and everybody, it's 3 days before.
And Dead Mouse just retired.
He came out of retirement. Okay, fine, I won't retire.
And there's no Daft Punk anymore.
Fine, I won't retire. I'll do this wedding in Cincinnati. What? No, Dead Mouse, it's fine if you want to retire. No, they need me.
And then Dead Mouse will come in and they say, "Well, we want you to only play
Rocky
hair
Top.
metal,
Rocky Top.
country, and the chicken dance,
Rocky Top.
maybe the hokey pokey."
Since Bunbury, he's got that rider now. He's got to have a GCFI cable connection for his helmet.
I'm not coming back to Cincinnati unless it's indoors.
That's right.
He only has a 5-foot radius to move. I can't go anywhere else. The cord doesn't reach.
I need a 20-pack of C batteries.
And D batteries. Nobody uses D.
Duracell only.
I need a 9-volt.
Nobody does use D that much anymore, do they?
No, but then with kids, then you get the toy that has a D battery. You're like, what the hell is this?
And it's only like one.
Yes.
And you can only like buy them in 4 packs and 8 packs.
And they're like $13.
And they're like $20. Yeah, $20. You're like, God damn it. And you're like, well, maybe I'll just buy this Rayovac. And you're like, okay. You go ahead and you buy the Rayovac.
3 days later, it's dead.
Yeah, 3 days later, like, it's dead. Like, son of a bitch.
But you have about a 4-pack of them. So.
Yeah, well, yeah. Then you go and buy that Duracell, and then you're like, I'm going to get these batteries in case I need them, and then they sit in the garage for 5 years.
We always have the issue, like, my youngest loves dinosaurs, and he has the ones that make sound. Well, it's like a watch battery, like those small, disc ones. And you're like, what the fudge is this? Like, oh, let me go into my closet where I have like 87 different batteries. No, I don't have this one. What the hell? And they only sell it in like a 1-pack. It's like, come on. I think the one he has now is like a super tiny one. It's a Tyrannosaurus Rex, and it takes 4 of them. Yeah. And I'm like, seriously? Like,
why would you make it so it takes 4 of those?
I don't know.
Those are used because they're small.
Yes.
Yeah.
If size is not an issue, use a bigger one.
4 of them.
Yeah. Well, you know you're in a different era when it's all right. So my wife bought a train set for the new boy.
Okay.
Right. So our 26-year-old daughter comes to me and hands me this thing, and she goes, "What kind of batteries does this take?" And I'm looking at it, and I'm like, it could be C's or D's. And she's like, "What are those?" I said,
What?
I'm like, let me go check and see if I have some. Hold on. So I got my little battery storage pack, and all I got are AAAs, AA's, and 9 volts. And, and I'm looking in there like, nope, no C's. And she's like, but what about those right there? Do those fit? And I was like, those are 9 volts.
Yes, they
Those
do
are
here.
square
Here.
and too small. Look at the springs and the size of what this is.
You should have just let her try for a couple minutes.
But I did find a D, and it was way too big, and I said, these are C. And even the thing that you put it in for the controllers for the train, it didn't even label what batteries you need. And so I was like, what the hell kind of...
Choose your own adventure.
B battery.
Exactly.
Did he enjoy the train?
No, not yet. Yeah. Not yet. I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, okay. Oh, it's for Christmas.
I mean, he'll be able to play with it in like 4 or 5 years. You know,
but you had to get it now.
We're on the fast track because somebody's really like, excited to have a grandchild.
He's like a month old. I don't think he's quite in trains yet. 2 months.
Blake's wife already got him a PlayStation 6. Just so he has it ready when he's 10. He's got it.
Yeah, and I was forced to put up Christmas lights for the first time.
Why?
Because we have grandchildren now.
He's 2 months old. I don't think he's going to remember.
I'm not allowed to question these things. I was told I have grandchildren now. I have to put up lights.
Why?
Because...
Was it like Clark Griswold?
No, it's minimalist style. I only covered 3 bushes. And they're all white. No mixing of colors.
That's not Christmas lights. That's just a pathway.
Easy as well.
You're just making a path through the door.
I did have the challenge of, connecting everything together because I had 2 different sets.
And his microphone goes down.
I'm just going to hold my microphone like this for the rest of the evening.
Now you just feel... Now I feel like I'm interviewing at the Comic Expo.
So basically I was forced to do that, and that's the way it is.
Speaking of Comic Expo...
I'm not allowed to ask this kind of stuff. I'm not allowed to explain things or question things. I just do what I'm told.
Yeah.
Or else there is no harmony in the house.
I think that mic stands upside down.
Yeah.
He's been using it upside down
talk
for
about
years.
that Comic Expo.
Cincinnati Comic Expo, September 23rd through the 25th, 2022. As we said last year, COVID would be gone by then, right, Brian?
Yeah, sure. Or as the pharmacist told me, be prepared to live with it for the rest of your life.
Or as South Park's new special told me that, COVID will be cured when they're all middle-aged.
Oh, wonderful. Anyways, September 23rd through the 25th, Hobie will be there. We'll be playing trivia. And
Will we
talking
be
to
playing
people.
games?
And games.
We got games?
Yeah.
You sound so excited about games.
I'm just hope that there is an expo. Anyways, also, who's going to be there? Brad Pitt, George Clooney, and Hayden Christensen, and Bob Newhart. We can't confirm any of those. And it's all a vicious rumor, but we think it might happen.
I heard Michael Caine was going to be there.
Michael Caine, come to the Cincinnati Comic Expo.
But you're not allowed to talk Batman.
September 23rd to the door, or Jaws.
No. He'll do all the Jaws signings you want. You just can't talk Batman.
Okay. Or any Christopher Nolan film. Can't do any of those. None of those. Michael Caine. September 23rd through the 25th. Get your tickets at CincinnatiComicExpo.com. February 23rd, or starting in February. And listen to Hobie. They'll tell you everything you need to know. Michael Caine.
Wow, that was terrible.
I thought that was pretty good, actually.
I did not miss that.
I have an Oak Island story to talk about.
Brian, you and I...
I'm sorry, what? I just fell asleep.
I said...
You may actually enjoy this.
Anyways, Brian, you and I, we got to talk something.
What's that?
It's more enjoyable than Oak Island, and it's still horrible. Head of the Class on HBO. They rebooted it.
Oh, was it already out?
I watched the pilot, and that was too much.
I was trying for 3 episodes because that's my rule, right? 3 episodes.
Yeah.
Nope.
I watched the pilot.
Nope.
So bad. Is there
Terrible.
only like 5 people in the class?
I guess.
Wow, that's even a smaller class than the 9 people they had in the original.
Oh no! Did they add people in the original?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Eventually.
but just a couple, like not many.
Yeah, this one is like 5 kids.
They got
meet
the showgirl in it, don't
Elizabeth
they?
Berkley.
Yeah.
That's Saved by the Bell.
Same thing.
As someone who...
Billy Connolly was not in Saved by the Bell.
It would have improved Saved by the
It
Bell.
would have.
But it ruined Head of the Class.
Not as good as Billy though.
But as someone who was terrorized by Head of the Class when it was on originally.
Why is that, Jeff?
Because of, apparently at the time when Head of the Class was on, and I was in high school, same age as the characters in the show, I looked incredibly much like the Dan Schneider character Dennis Blunden.
Did you get a lot of tail that way?
No.
Really?
No one wanted the fat guy.
They all went for the Billy Connolly guy.
They went for Eric, the cool
Oh
guy.
yeah, Eric Stone Street.
How big was your high school?
My graduating class was about 270-ish.
Oh, okay. So you couldn't play that going to school events, and your friends would introduce, hey, do you watch Head of the Class?
We brought him. This is the guy.
Here he is. He's getting down visiting. I know him. You could have played that off,
Yet no.
and then you could have gotten laid.
Okay, A1.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went to the all-guy Catholic school, so I don't think I'm going to... No, that's not going to work.
No, because there's no gay people in Catholicism.
It's not allowed.
You didn't want to have sex. You didn't want to have sex with anybody in your school.
You've been Catholic for part of your life?
Part of my life, yeah.
You know that there's not allowed to be gay people.
Oh,
in
that's right. Pray the gay away. It works well.
Right.
But
Catholic
anyway,
Church 2.0. The Pope's okay. Pope is down with it. He wants people to be tolerable.
Tolerable.
don't kill anyone.
Pope Francis is pretty hip.
Well, the
I
last 1,600 popes, kill them all. Now, well, let's not kill them. Oh, well, that's at least a positive step, right? Speaking of Head of Class, it always circles back to it's a bullshit, awful, shitty show, isn't it?
Yeah, it's awful. I didn't even realize it was out until I was just scrolling around on HBO Max looking around, and I was like, oh, hey, this is out.
Do you think HBO was like, this show is shit, let's just quietly put it out? It was bad. Like, the jokes were horrible. Like, they were trying to make like, oh, we're woke and all that, and it was bad.
Bad comedy, like
not even
all-woke
Robin
comedy.
Givens coming back could save it.
Goes to.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, well, Robin Givens is in Batwoman too.
We brought Robin Givens back.
Yeah, she's the only one.
Yeah, and then the principal of the school, she was in Cougar Town. She was married to come on.
Oh, Kristen Miller?
Yeah, She couldn't even save it. She came down the classroom. I was like, hey, I know her. And I was like, oh, maybe it'll get better. It's not getting better. It's not getting better.
Damn.
The positive is it was only 28 minutes.
Yeah.
So that was positive.
Yeah.
But I like Krista Miller. Now I got to
do
watch
too.
it.
No, you don't. You know why?
So my question is when is she going to show up in Ted Lasso?
Probably not.
Why?
not?
Because they don't bring a lot of Americans into that show.
I mean, she's married to Bill Lawrence.
She
so.
is.
And,
Oh, really?
yeah.
Yeah.
Who did Cougar Town?
Who did Cougar
And
Town?
Scrubs.
And Scrubs.
I don't know what that is. Tom McCaffrey, he was at Cincinnati Comic Expo. Really nice guy. That's my extent about Scrubs.
That's what he knows about Scrubs, is that Tom Cavanaugh was in it.
For like 9 episodes. Out
Those are
of
the
like
9 episodes.
50.
Those are
700.
There's 5,700 Scrubs episodes.
There's
gotta be
more
a
than
record.
there's more than 50.
There's more than The Simpsons, I think, then. Jeez.
She was also in Drew Carey's show.
And the last...
So was Drew Carey.
Really?
Yeah, he's going to be at the Comic Expo, I heard.
No! One other thing here that I did watch this week. Because of Jim. I watched Paris in Love on NBC Peacock or whatever that is. It's about Paris Hilton.
Yeah. Now you're addicted and you can't stop watching.
Oh, no, I stopped. It was so bad. I got through 3 episodes, and I'm like, oh, God. And it's like, the guy that she's marrying, like, oh, well, we wanted it to be special. I proposed on a private island, and, it was really nice, we took the pictures, and she didn't realize it was coming, and, the first night that I was that I met Paris and we went out on a date, I told her, we sat down on the couch, I looked at her, I was like, I want to know the real Paris. And she's kept herself so guarded for all these years. That's a character she has on TV. She's so much different.
That's hot.
Pretty much. And then
Was the proposal televised or filmed?
yeah, and there was like 1,000. They didn't show it on the TV show, but he had like a videographer. He had like 6 different cameramen from different
And
angles.
she had no clue he was going to do it.
No. None at all. It was like a Scooby-Doo trap. Like, she didn't see it coming at all.
Were they at least hidden photographers?
No,
or-
I don't think so.
No, they
No.
lights and cam.
So you got me a private island. Why is there 87 photographers here? I don't know. But he's a private guy. He doesn't like the limelight. He's only been on one red carpet. He doesn't like that. They came from humble backgrounds, but he made money in business drugs. So, I mean, I don't know, allegedly. But this is the part that I really wanted to bitch slap him. The 28th of every month is when they first dated. That was their first date. And every...
I thought you would say that. That's also a cyclical thing. But anyways, keep going.
Every 28th day of the month,
28th day of every month.
they go out on an anniversary date. And the one episode that I was watching, it was their 21st month anniversary. And, like, he rented a penthouse. I'm like, go fuck yourself, you piece of shit. Like, go fuck it. He brought the string quartet in, and they're eating out on the balcony. I'm like, go fuck yourself.
He was doing what to her on the balcony?
Oh, God. It's hot. It's hot. But, jeez, I mean, like, my God. I can't fucking handle these people. I can't.
So how many episodes did you get through?
3.
Oh, you did give it 3.
Because
Wow.
Jim made me. Fucking assholes.
You didn't have to watch 3.
No, I had to. It was for the show. Let me tell you. By the third one, I was like a quarter of the way paying attention. I was like, huh? Oh, yeah, it's still on. Okay. So,
It's dedication there.
fucking Paris Hilton. Piece of shit.
I mean, if we didn't already have our Canadian of the Year nominations in, I might have put you up for it for watching that.
She might be up for a write-in for Pittsburghian of the Year. That's how bad it is.
They do like an episode where like, oh, here's some old home movies.
But they showed her brother built this house and basically is like reminiscent of her grandfather's house. And this house he built was like 12,000 square feet, like the brother. And he's like, well, Grandpa had a big house, and do you remember those pillars? Well, I made pillars, and this huge room, like bigger than my house, has all windows. And like, Grandpa had a window room. Remember that? And then it's like, she's like, oh, I love this house. He's like, yeah, we're selling it. What? Like, I built it in honor of my grandfather. Now I'm selling it because I'm getting paid for it. It's like, go fuck yourself again. Piece of shit.
That's the next question I have. Was he built it? Like he physically built it?
Oh God, no, her brother paid somebody to build it.
Okay, he paid.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, the saying he built it makes it sound like, he was more skilled labor than he probably is.
Yeah, I mean, the big controversy was her fiance is like, well, why aren't you setting a date? We've been engaged for a while. And he's like, that's the first thing you do. She's like, I will. And she's like, maybe I'm just scared because this is so good. We've been together for a year and a half. It's just the best ever.
And we still haven't made our own private sex tape, honey.
Oh, I'm sure they have. I'm sure they have.
You didn't look that enthusiastic in this one.
I'm sure they didn't make a sex tape because no one uses tape anymore.
She's trying. Her mom's trying to sell the sex tape to VHS. They're like, "What is this? We can't do that."
Should be at least be a Blu-ray or DVD, right, intern?
At least Alexa recorded it.
Alexa's got the audio file.
That's hot.
So I was trying to get my Amazon Echo to turn on today when I was.
It's always on, Jeff.
No, it's the screen, the one with the screen.
Okay.
And I wanted to bring up, like YouTube to watch something. And you can't just push buttons to open it. You have to talk to it to get it to open.
Really?
Yeah, it's pretty annoying.
Okay.
But so I'm like, Alexa. I renamed it Computers because...
Computer.
Yeah, so I can sound like I'm in Star Trek.
There you go. Number one.
Make
Or
it
you
so.
can call him number one.
Make it so, number 2.
And I'm like, computer, open Silk. That's the browser, that Amazon browser. And it's like, I did not understand. Did you mean self-destruct? No, I most definitely did not mean self-destruct.
I kind of wish you would have said yes, just to see what it would have done.
Like season 1, episode 1, Silk Diaries.
I ordered you 64 gallons of Silk replacement milk. No.
Silk price per share in Egypt is now 1.21 pounds.
See, that would have all made sense. I don't see where it gets self-destruct from.
Jeff or Blake, whatever your name is, you want to do some feedback or anything?
No, so anyways, I made... my wife actually sat down to watch some TV with me.
Okay.
And she's like, what do you watch? And I said, Oak Island.
Oh, jeez.
And she hasn't watched this for like several years now because several years ago she got pissed off and upset and she's like, I ain't watching this shit anymore. It's the same shit.
I'm shocked.
5 minutes in, she starts getting violent with me again. It's like, this is the same shit they were doing 5 years ago.
Did they find anything? More
I said,
roads?
well, there's some stuff that would be interesting that's happened, but they can't dig there anymore because they got a cease and desist with the history. But yes, but ultimately what it comes down to is
Blake.
Every season could probably be like 3 episodes max, but they got to stretch it out to 20 because the real treasure
20?
The real treasure is getting paid to do the TV show.
I think the whole TV show could have been done in 3 episodes.
Blake.
Yeah, and then I said, "Well, honey, I'm actually watching it for the technology." She's like, "Yeah, whatever." And the next episode,
I buy Playboy for the articles.
And the next scene was this guy wearing this stupid ass contraption for like UHF waves to walk around the island. And she's like, "You gotta be fucking kidding me!" I'm like, "She's like, I'm going upstairs."
Blake, let me explain this to you. I really do like you. I've known you for like 20 years, 15 years. I don't even know anymore. 20.
Yeah.
Blake, you tell one more fucking road story about them finding a road in that show, I'm going to fucking murder you. I can't.
But you like hearing about buried wood?
I'll take that above a fucking road. We found stones. Well, yeah, it's a fucking ground. Of course there's going to be stones in it.
That's right.
There's rocks everywhere. Hey, my dog's digging in the backyard. She found a rock. Guess there was a road.
Better go have it analyzed.
Oh.
Go take it down to UC
You
Department
might
of
have
Geology.
pirate treasure in your backyard if your dog
might.
threw a rock.
All I got was a rock.
You might have pioneer treasure.
I just start giving them out to the kids for Halloween. There you go.
That's right,
Get out.
there you go.
You know, that would be a fun thing to do.
Just give out rocks?
Randomly. Not to everybody. Just one person per group of kids. See which one gets the rock.
You probably couldn't do it to the teenagers, though, because they would just throw it back at your house.
Oh, yeah.
You gotta be careful.
They're not supposed to notice that you gave them a rock until they get home and look through their bag.
Or give it to the Charlie Brown looking kid.
Like Jim did this year. Any kid that dresses up as Squid Games next year, I'm just going to shoot with an air rifle. You're out! You don't get any candy!
That's right.
Red light!
Red light.
Red light!
I did watch first episode of Squid Games over the weekend.
Oh, and?
I enjoyed it.
Okay.
Enough that I think I will continue to watch it.
So, second episode is a little bit
Yeah.
more background.
Power through episode 2.
Yep. It's good, but it's totally different than episode 1.
Yeah.
And then it gets back into it in episode 3. So just remember that.
Okay.
It's not a bad episode. It's just a change of pace.
Yeah.
So,
Well, there was a lot of background in episode 1, so...
oh, yeah. And then you can go back in and see like the 87 Easter eggs that you missed that we did.
It is pretty cool. But I also, in Hawkeye, I did find the musical that he went to pretty hilarious. What is it?
Rogers the Musical?
The Rogers the Musical, and they're dancing around, and he's like, "What's the matter?" It's like, I could tell you who wasn't there. That guy is like Ant-Man.
So there's
dancing around on stage.
I think it was Variety that did an article about the composer, the guys that wrote it and composed it. It's hilarious. Like they have like a long list of like great things that they did, and they're like, yeah, we kind of want to do a musical now, just in his vein, just to see it.
Well, they did the full song. They've got that released.
We put that on our
Did you-
Facebook
okay.
page. History of Bad Ideas.
Yeah, the song and the dancing and everything was just hilarious.
Yeah.
I
I
loved
can
it.
do this all day.
I can do this all day.
The Ant-Man thing was funny. He wasn't there.
He wasn't there.
I know because I was there. You know who wasn't there? Ant-Man.
Ant-Man. He's out there dancing around.
My kids and I were listening to that in the car the other day. The Rogers one.
Yeah, it was pretty funny.
Alexa, play Rogers the Musical.
Self-destruct in 3 seconds.
I will say
I'm kind of worried that Alexa has self-destruct in her vocabulary, to be honest.
that is kind of worrisome. But the South Park, the new South Park special, they do a lot of Alexa talking, which keeps activating the Alexa. It's like, damn you, South Park. You did it again.
You know, Brian,
Yes, Jason.
Jim's not here this week. You could probably, since you're his personal advisor, the reason he's missed the last 2 weeks is he's actually going up with Michael Strahan in the Rocket this Thursday. He was selected.
I wasn't supposed to say anything,
It's okay. It's okay.
but
Strahan
yes.
gets to join Jim in the Rocket?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Well, actually, they just wanted a first bartender in space, and he thought it was an invitation, but unfortunately, he actually is hired to serve drinks.
He has to work.
on the ship though. He's serving
Yeah.
the drinks on the rocket.
Yeah.
But he still has to work. He can't enjoy it.
Do I get a seatbelt? No. You just
He
have
still
to
had
fly.
to, but he still had to pay to go.
Yes.
They're not paying
How
him.
much is it?
He's-
Like
he's-
900,000 or something?
Yeah. He's in intense training on how to do a mixer shaker and how to do a pour in zero gravity.
I don't think it's going to work. I don't think it's going to work. I'll be honest with you.
That's why he's there, to do the studies.
I mean, they're only up there, for 9 minutes or something like that?
They need a mixologist.
For those 9 minutes.
Well, that's the scientific.
Oh, I got
They're
you.
doing scientific studies. They don't need a bartender. They need a mixologist.
And then they need somebody to clean the puke in the bathroom in zero gravity.
They brought the monkey.
Yeah.
I brought just a regular monkey. Go get it.
The
Well, Jim
monkey's the
isn't a
one puking.
mixologist though. He's a glorified bottle opener.
Don't say anything.
He might get kicked off the mission.
Yeah, he's going to be kicked off the
By the
rocket
time this
now.
comes out, he'll already be there and back.
That Dana's bar's out. Dana Gardens. Man, that sounds fancy. Let's go ahead and get this guy at the bar. Whoa. Should we go in? No. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. This episode is sponsored by Dana Gardens. Hey,
And
you want
according-
to watch Xavier and UC play this weekend? Go to Dana Gardens. Hey, you're a UC fan? Well, they're open.
Don't do that.
Make sure you wear a mask.
Enjoy your title before you get massacred by Alabama.
Alabama.
Bam.
I don't go to UC. I don't care.
Sorry, UC fans.
I'm a UC fan
listening on it.
because it's local.
They're going to beat Alabama.
If Xavier,
Telling you right now.
you're doing it, you're saying it.
You're calling it?
I'm calling it. Alabama took 3 overtimes to beat, what was it, Arkansas or somebody?
Arkansas.
Who is nowhere near as good as UC is this
But they
year.
beat Georgia. They destroyed Georgia.
Georgia's overrated then.
No, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, they're talking. They played at SEC schedule. I looked at the SEC East. Only 2 other teams had above 500 average records in the SEC East.
It's because nobody in the SEC really plays quality games outside the SEC, so no one knows that the SEC is really not as good as they think it is.
When your toughest competition is Kentucky.
That last place
Yeah.
SEC team. Thank you.
SEC.
The last place team would be better than any other conference. They would win every other conference.
Oh yeah, totally, definitely, totally, definitely.
No issue there.
Totally.
No issue. Yeah.
Vanderbilt, definitely.
Oh yeah, Vanderbilt would have
Definitely.
won. Vanderbilt will have won the Big 12.
Definitely.
They would have destroyed Ohio State. Ohio State
Pac-10,
didn't want to play them.
Pac-10, Vanderbilt.
Yep, all day long.
That's right.
Go Vandals. That's their nickname.
That's whose nickname?
Vanderbilt.
Yeah, sure it is.
It is.
No.
It's the Vanderbilt Vandals.
Yeah.
No.
That's how SEC fluffers talk.
So it's very similar to Torch Boy talk. We may not be good at impressions.
Wow. He's just coming to that realization.
What do you got for listener feedback?
It's only taken 410 episodes.
Maybe I'm not so good at this.
All right. Got some listener feedback. Bomb listener feedback sponsored by Podcasters for Misophonia. Misophobia. Sorry. No, misophonia.
Just go.
I'm thinking it's something that we have no clue.
I have no idea.
For those people that know.
Really wants us to know.
For that 1-star rating again.
Yep. 1 star.
Oh, I guess it's people who don't like people eating on the air.
Chewing noises, yes.
Oh. Aren't you clever?
Yes.
Doug Weaver.
How do we get sponsored by that?
We got sponsored by chewing noises.
Misophonia. Podcasters for Misophonia.
Just go.
That's our sponsor this
Doug's
week.
up first.
We start off with, well, I guess it's no surprise now.
A-Pans,
Number 1 fan.
Formerly known as
7.
Dad.
Big D.
That's right. Canadian of the Year nominee.
Time Machine Captain.
Yeah.
Now that Jack Dorsey is stepping down as CEO of Twitter, what would intern Brian's first 3 changes he would institute?
What would be intern Brian's first 3 changes?
Here, let me put my readers on. It might help. I guess intern Brian, you're taking over Twitter.
Come on, Gruden.
Yes.
First 3 changes.
Number 1, I would add the edit a tweet function.
Yes, that would help.
Yes.
Isn't that what delete's for? Delete.
No. Number 2, I would reinstate all of my banned accounts that have been banned because I've called Colin Cowherd a stupid idiot moron.
Okay, allegedly.
Part 2 of that would be I would kick him off the platform altogether.
Okay.
And then lastly, I would change your password to charcuterie and make it where you could only have to spell it to get into the app.
Pronounce it. It's voice activated.
Voice activated.
You have to properly pronounce charcuterie.
Or spell it, either one.
Charcuterie. 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 Charcuterie.
Close.
Charcuterie.
No.
Coochie coo.
Carcucci?
Yes, Carcucci.
Did anybody watch
Shark-eatery?
that TikTok that I sent the other day?
Carcucci.
I don't.
Oh, yeah, I did.
That was very... If Jason were a Samoan woman, that's exactly what it would be like. Anyway, those would be the first 3.
I don't like you, Brian.
I have many more, but I don't want to reveal all of my plans. But those would be the first 3
Yeah, they might not
things.
hire you if you...
Quibi would come back to the platform.
Quibi is back.
Twitter would buy the Quibi rights. Right?
Quibi has already been bought. It's back.
Is it back in the same way? Like I
Yes.
can watch it on my phone?
It's
like
on Roku.
Quibi?
Yeah.
So
Roku. You know, they brought it back, and it's
Oh, I thought maybe you can only watch it on Roku.
yes. Well,
But you have to turn the TV to get the right thing.
No.
Exactly, turn the TV.
download the Roku app,
Okay.
and then all of it is in the Roku app for free. You don't have to pay for it.
To quote my dad, what's an app? What's a Roku?
And I ain't giving it my credit card.
No.
It's mozzarella sticks.
Okay. Could go for those now. Those taste. What else we got, Blake?
Nicky.
No. Oh, we got Pittsburgh Nerd.
Just skipped right over Pittsburgh Nerd.
Fine. No, fuck them. That's
Do you
fine.
need a second pair of readers?
I need a placeholder. Here, put your finger on the paper. Thank you. From Pittsburgh Nerd Podcast, move your finger too. I mean, no, move. Who has it? This looks like a teleprompter. It's a telefinger. Who has a better chance of making it to the World Series in the next 10 years? ... The Reds or the Pirates?
Oh my god, my 5-year-old can read better than you.
Wow. Until this offseason, I would have said the Reds, but yeah, no, there's no way in hell the Reds
Are we
make
allowed
it
to-
there in 10 years.
Are we allowed to talk about that during the lockout?
Oh, that's true. We can't
We are not being paid by MLB,
yet.
so I
Neither is anybody else right now.
So you're saying there's a chance?
We have just as good of a professional career right now with the MLB that have all the players.
Yeah, because a lot of the shows you're not allowed to talk about players, current players,
Yeah.
any of that kind of stuff. So
So there's a lot of Gary Sheffield talk lately.
well, you can talk about
Well, yeah, he's
old
up for the
players.
Hall of Fame.
Yeah,
Chris
you can't
Quinn.
play current players, free agents, whatever.
Yeah.
you can talk about old stuff all you want,
Um,
which is perfect for Reds fans.
I'm going to say the Reds.
That's the only thing the Reds fans have to look forward to. So
The good news is our shop sign did not fall at the baseball stadium, so that's good.
Yet,
Yet. That's right. The Guardians did.
the question is,
Mm-hmm.
can we talk about Trevor Bauer?
is he still technically a player who is suspended?
I don't know. I don't.
Well,
know
he's
what
going to be
his-
in the Canadian. He's going to be in the California Penal League eventually. So he might be in the Mexican League. Then we could.
We wear caps and sleeves at this level, son.
I still do follow him on Twitter, and he'll tweet stuff out, and like everybody responds. Like I'd say 95% of the responses are all like,
Domestic violence.
"Yeah, just call."
Hey, you're a
him out."
scumbag.
Yeah.
Hey, you suck.
You know, at
And
this
I'm
point,
like,
why would you?
why are you still following him?
Better question. Why are you on Twitter? Not you, but like, why is Trevor Bauer on any social media at this point?
Oh, his ego is too big.
Yeah,
to,
he can't be out of the spotlight long. Like, he has to have somebody watching.
It's like Alec Baldwin. Why are you doing this fucking interview? Like, don't do that interview. Who is your handler? Don't do it.
I didn't pull the trigger.
Jeff and I talked about this over the weekend. It's like, why is this guy still talking? Stop it.
Well, between that and the Jeff Garland interview.
Oh my God, we posted that on Facebook that there's been some issues on the Goldbergs?
Goldbergs,
And it was like Jeff Garland kept talking about it. He's been under investigation by the HR department there for 3 years. And then he's like, well, I don't want to talk. Okay, then here's 16 paragraphs of an interview. And then he does another 6. It's like, oh my God, shut up. Like the reporter, it was Vanity Fair, I think, or one of them.
Yeah, I think it might have been Vanity Fair.
Yeah, was like, hey, your agent never called me back. Your attorney never called me back. The network never called me back. But you directly called me back. I'm recording this. Let's go.
Here's juicy question number 1.
And oh my God, read it. It is.
I guess what's the accusations against him? Because I'm not really paying attention. Because he's in
Jeff
Curb Your
Garland?
Enthusiasm, and I enjoy Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Jeff Garland.
He's quote unquote difficult to work with. I mean, what does that translate
he's
into?
a hugger. He's a hugger. He goes into personal space.
Non-consensual hugger. He's a close talker.
Because in Curb Your Enthusiasm, he's a comedian. So he's got to have room to breathe and be a comedian. So, if it makes you uncomfortable, that's part of his job. To get into that role on Curb. And in Goldberg's, it's not like that. Well, yes, it's a network and it's it's a work environment. And he did tweet or text it, one of the female actresses, that she needed to come to the table read in just her panties. But, no, I don't think I ever said that. But if I did, it was just a joke. It wasn't for sexual. That was his interview, Jeff. Did you read it?
I didn't get that far
Oh,
in.
that
It
was-
kept going.
That was really funny.
Yeah. It was
That's a
like,
great joke.
yeah. How's that joke?
Well, the scene called for her to be in pajamas. Yeah, exactly. Just just like stop.
And then
It
like
gets worse.
he keeps talking about like
All right.
he's making people uncomfortable, and like I guess he said something to a stand-in, like somebody that's just standing in for a scene in that. And he's like, I apologize, to this guy if I made him uncomfortable, blah, blah, blah. I made some jokes about it, blah, blah, blah. And then later on, like 18 questions later, he goes back to it and he's like, well, let's just talk about that. If the stand-in was uncomfortable, no offense, I'm the star of the show. Like, this guy's just a fucking stand-in. Like, he needs this job, to pay for his family's food, so shut up.
Yeah, I don't need this job.
Yeah.
But you do, so take my shit.
Yeah, and it's like...
So he should just stick with I'm difficult to work with.
So the
and keep it at that
definition of
one
harassment.
sentence.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
And it's like, I'm reading, it's like, shut up! Why are you still talking?
Yeah.
And they're like, well, are you getting fired? No, I'm not getting fired. I work 1 day a week, though. That was my choice. And his reason is because he wants to work 1 day a week because I feel bad for everyone else. I don't want them to lose their jobs because if I left, they probably would have canceled the show. Like, jeez, he's mad? Like,
I did see something a couple years ago. He had an interview where he was on some show or something, and by that interview, you could tell he was just phoning it in on the Goldbergs anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Cashing that paycheck.
Yeah, that's all the Goldbergs was to him.
well, he did. It was nice. When he's talking about these allegations, he does plug his Netflix stand-up special.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, just that's not who I am. Like, you should see who I am. Like, my Netflix special on my stand-up special on Netflix called whatever. I'm always respectful of women. The only word I ever use on women is vagina. It's like, what? Wait, hold on. It's like, I'm not racist. I got a black friend. No. That doesn't mean you're not racist, sir.
He was in Daddy Daycare with Eddie Murphy.
No. Jeff, this wasn't Jeff. I'm just talking in general.
Oh.
God, he was in Daddy Daycare. Yeah, you need to go. Just go read the train wreck. It's like, oh my God.
I don't care enough about him to spend my time wasting it on him.
It was kind of like a train wreck, Brian. Like, I kept reading, like, saying out loud, like, why are we still doing this interview? Like, oh my God. So, anyways, go
All
ahead.
right.
Go ahead.
Cool. Now we're at
Nicky. Well, last week.
Points.
Brian,
Now,
did
this
you
isn't-
listen last week?
I didn't make it this
Good.
far.
That's good. That's very
Were we
good.
that bad?
So this isn't.
No, I fell asleep.
Oh,
This
and then
isn't.
didn't go back.
You're in for a treat with a Nikki question.
This isn't Pumazili, Nikki.
No.
This is a different Nikki.
Dear Nikki.
This is Darling Nikki. I thought it was Darling Nikki.
No, Dear Nikki.
Dear Nikki.
No, Darling Nikki is the Prince song.
Oh, she's the one with the magazine.
Yes.
Okay.
In November, I'm curious, did you join in the No Nut November or possibly No Shave November?
Yeah, I didn't shave in November.
Okay.
Neither.
I didn't shave in November, so I guess technically I joined in.
The No Shave?
Yeah.
Yeah, neither for me. I shaved. Everywhere.
And I certainly didn't do the no nut.
What's the purpose of No Nut November, anyways? Aren't you like just denying yourself pleasure? What's up?
Yes.
What's fun with that?
It's to build up your blue balls. So
A lot of people do that naturally. They don't need a month to do it in.
on December 1st, you can have the biggest load of your career.
In 20 seconds?
I don't think that's going to be good for anyone.
Yeah, no.
Done! Hey, I know we haven't dated I haven't dated anyone in 18 months because of the pandemic. Welcome to December. Done! Well, I'm not to get another date now. And I'm out. It would be like
Before you go on your date, you're supposed to pound one out anyway, Jason. Didn't you watch There's Something About Mary?
True. Be like very Spider-Man-like, I guess, if no November. Poof. I've been here for 2 days. Help me. I can't move. Brian, how you doing?
I'm good. I was thinking about that bag of almonds that I bought in November too. Those were good.
Honey roasted?
Oh, God. Nobody eats honey roasted.
Not honey roasted almonds.
No.
Peanuts, yes.
Oh.
And pineapples.
If we got more next week from Dear Nikki.
Oh, it's gonna keep going. Good.
He said we got like 6 weeks worth of this.
So would you like pair No Nut November with pineapple desserts every day or what?
I'll get it.
No, you wouldn't. All right.
The next question comes in right on spot, like right on cue.
Yes, Randall Holt says, Why?
Because it's there.
That's it. Just why?
This cat goes along with Brent from Home Video Hustle Couple. What the hell's going on?
What the hell's going on?
My answer to why is always why not.
Oh.
Unless you can give me a good reason why not, that's why.
Why
Because-
ask why?
Why ask why?
Because
Why ask why? Drink Bud Dry.
Yeah. You still make Bud Dry?
Nope.
No. Ribbit. What else we got?
from Steve at EILFM says, "Are you guys afraid of overexposure with your controversial views and questionable impressions?"
I don't think it's possible for our little nookie podcast to get overexposed.
I think it could be.
You know, we do put that disclaimer at the beginning about being equal opportunity offenders.
We do.
I am not worried about overexposing Jason's questionable impressions.
Michael Caine. You know, Steve and Izzy. Izzy has an Etsy shop, Untitled Venus. If you go there and you put in Hobie Pod, Brian, what do you save?
15%.
That is correct. 15%.
She did say it's soon to be 20
Oh.
when they were on a few weeks back.
Christmas gifts.
Yeah.
Holiday gifts. Hanukkah gifts. Kwanzaa gifts. Whatever. Let's go.
Get them in now.
Right
so that
now.
You get them
Celebrate.
in time for Christmas.
Celebrate your post No Nut November.
That's
with
right.
Etsy.
Oh, I'm so horny. Let's go to Etsy.
Izzy.
What? Anyways,
Sorry, Steve and Izzy.
we don't
I'm
know.
Did
sorry.
she make I Survived No Nut November t-shirts?
Buttons.
Oh, there you go. Buttons.
Buttons.
What are those?
Buttons.
What are buttons?
Buttons?
Buttons.
Buttons.
I don't know what buttons.
Buttocks.
Buttons.
Pins.
Oh, yeah. Like ink pens?
Yes. Hate it here.
I do too. I've said it like every week.
And you keep coming back.
And yet
Wow.
you still come back.
You ever want to talk to somebody? You might need to talk to somebody about this. I keep going back every week.
This is his therapy. What are you talking
Oh,
about?
I'm sorry.
He was suffering from misophonia. Professor
Quit trying to
number
make
one.
misophonia happen.
Yeah,
Professor-
you're forcing misophonia on us, and
I don't think
I don't
we're
have to take
forcing misophonia
Let's not
on
be
us.
a Jeff Garland here, okay?
I think we're
Let's
forcing
go.
misophonia on our listeners.
you are.
Go on.
You just did it again. Chewing.
Oops,
You don't chew Jolly Ranchers.
Yes.
Yeah, he's doing a lot of sucking over there.
That was a question last week from Nikki.
So we know where intern Brian takes his Jolly Rancher. All right, Professor number one and Doctor number one.
Doesn't even make sense.
It hurts. I hope people are laughing out there.
Why is there a CFP committee? Shouldn't it just be the top 3 teams in the SEC and the top team in the Big Ten make it?
It usually is, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, that's right. And Vanderbilt.
Vanderbilt, Georgia, Alabama.
Usually they only take 2 in the SEC.
Oh, that's right.
So
Yeah,
To be fair,
Georgia, Alabama, or Clemson. Two of those three.
you usually
and Vanderbilt.
Isn't it kind of superfluous to have
Not the
Georgia
Vandals.
in it
The
again?
Vandals.
You already know they're not better than Alabama because they lost. Why do they get a free pass card to play again? Because
Well,
they're in the SEC,
Well, yeah,
basically.
Well, the whole thing is everybody but one team has lost, so there's always a team better than everybody.
Oh, they're the Commodores.
Oh, you seriously didn't need me to? Yes, we all knew that, Jason.
Oh,
3 of the 4 people in the studio knew that they were the Commodores.
are we dentists? 3 out of 4 choose Crest.
Oh, that's 4 out of 5.
Whatever. Idaho Vandals. That's who it is.
Oh, so close.
They're close to each other, right?
Vanderbilt and
Idaho.
Idaho.
Practically neighbors.
You know what? You should have just told them it was the Vanderbilt Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Because of the Commodores.
Yeah,
I get it.
You know why they're the Commodores?
Why?
Because that was Cornelius Vanderbilt's rank.
Oh.
Jeez.
Oh. Was he in the band?
Yes.
Okay.
He was the lead singer.
Oh. Earth, wind, and fire coming at you. Woo. Earth, wind, and fire. It's time for
What are we doing here, guys?
It's time for
What's happening?
This is the questionable impressions that Steve from EIFM was talking about.
It's time for news.
This
of the
is why
geek.
Randall asked his question.
It's time for news of the geek, Jeff. Let's put some music in.
It's time for the news of the geek.
Speaking of Squid Game earlier, Squid Game has an issue. Too many people are watching it. So many, in fact, that a South Korean internet provider is suing Netflix for using too much bandwidth due to traffic surges stemming from the mega streamer. SK Broadband is demanding that the platform pay up for all the maintenance costs due to the explosive streaming numbers. News comes after a Seoul court stated that Netflix should reasonably offer up payment to the internet provider for the bountiful network usage per routers. Let's see.
Reuters.
Whatever. A handful of South Korean lawmakers have spoken out against content providers like Netflix who don't fess up the cash to pay for network usage, even though they generate a mass of traffic. You think they got a point here? Think so? Anyone?
I don't know the legal system between in South Korea on who's responsible for controlling the internet.
Yeah. But Cincinnati Bell said, hey, or Time Warner or whatever they're called, pay us because you're using so much bandwidth. Do they have a case, you think?
Well, they would have a case because they got rid of net neutrality in the United States.
Yes.
So they can charge anybody for anything that they want to.
They don't charge the customer. They just send a bill to Netflix. You owe us $6 million this week, month.
That would be fine if, you charged the companies that make the money and not charge the people who use it. If we all got free internet because the people who you're paying your subscription services to pay those, that would work for me.
Thanks, Obama. Netflix has stated that they will. Netflix has stated that they will review SK Broadband's claim. Yeah, they reviewed it.
They reviewed it.
Yep, have a good day. They plan on having an open dialogue with the provider to explore ways to ensure customers do not face delays with the network. Let's see here. Squid Game's popularity has highlighted Netflix status as the country's second largest traffic generator, coming in right after YouTube. The two are the only ones that do not pay any network usage fees, while sites like Amazon, Apple, and Facebook do.
Well, then there's an issue.
Yep.
If there's no agreement or law that says they have to.
As of September 2021, Netflix data traffic with SK Broadband jumped 24 times from May 2018. Thanks to the success of Korean productions like Squid Game and DP, Netflix now processes around 1.2 trillion bits of data per second.
This is 2018. Well, these two shows did it. Oh, and could COVID play a factor too?
Well, could the fact that, streaming services in general just jacked up since 2018?
Yeah.
In 2020 alone, SK estimate that streamer owed around 27.2 billion won, 22.9 million in American. Firing back against the suit, Netflix added in a statement that they contributed to the creation of around 16,000 jobs in South Korea, which stemmed from around 770 billion won in investments. In total, the streaming giant says they've had an economic effect of about 5.6 trillion won. Yeah, we helped you. You're welcome. Fuck you. We gave you jobs.
Yeah.
Fucking A. Let's see here. Blake, you might be excited about this.
Oh, boy.
Deadline is reporting that Amazon Studios is nearing a deal to develop a live-action show based on Electronic Arts' best-selling Mass Effect video game series. It's said to be one of several genre projects in the works for the streamer following the success of The Boys and the recent Wheel of Time adaptation, which, according to Amazon head Jennifer Salke, was the most watched series premiere of the year, one of the top 5 series launches of all time for Prime Video. Unfortunately, the second episode was the lowest watched series of all time episode. Making that up. You will see us continue to invest in fantasy genre of all kinds. We have a genre-focused team on the ground in studios who work tirelessly with our creative partners on those slates. And you can look forward to more, she said. Yeah.
I never played Mass Effect.
I've heard it was good.
I heard a lot of people liked it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know what type of game it is.
Sci-fi.
Yeah, you're underwater, isn't it?
No, that's BioShock.
Oh, that's BioShock. Oh yeah, Mass Effect is a space one
That's
where
the
you get a
space
team
one.
of
Yeah.
to join you.
Yeah.
Is this a first-person shooter?
It's RPG. It's RPG.
Yeah.
It's like Elder Scrolls in space, though.
It's like it's like a first-person shooter RPG,
Yeah.
Elder Scrolls, Skyrim kind of thing.
I was reading this. I was thinking it was BioShock. Now I get Mass Effect. That
Is
could
it
be
from
interesting.
BioWare?
What's that?
Could it be from BioWare? Did BioWare do Mass Effect?
They may have because they did.
They're the company that does Elder and Fallout and Skyrim. Okay.
Well, it's Electronic Arts, but I think BioWare
I thought
actually.
Bethesda did those.
Bethesda, BioWare. I
Are
think
they all
one
the
of them,
same company?
I think Microsoft owns them all now or something. I don't know.
Sure, I'm ready for that. Blake, I watched the first episode of Wheel of Time.
Yes. Did you take advantage of the X-ray?
What's in the box? Oh, that was Dune. I'm sorry.
I thought we already figured out it was Gwyneth Paltrow's head.
That's right. I did use the X-ray thing that it tells you the characters. That helps.
Yes.
That helps. And then I realized I left my glasses upstairs, so I had to go upstairs, get them, come back down, and put them on.
Yeah. So if you're not familiar with the books and you would like to get some background on all these people and who they are, you can pause it, hit the X-ray, and it'll give you character bios, who's in the episode, and geographical information and some historic information in regards to people or organizations that they come across, like Children of the Light or the Aes Sedai. And it also explains about the magic and the fight with the Dark One, how there's male magic and female magic. And the male magic was corrupted by the Dark One, which is why all the guys that can work magic go insane and crazy, blah, blah, blah.
By the end of the first episode, I had a flow chart like Charlie from Always Sunny in Philly. Like,
Yes.
I had everything out. I don't know if it's correct, but I have a lot of maps out on my dry erase board.
Yeah.
The only thing that you need to know is that do the threads connect somewhere?
Yes.
Okay, you're doing it right.
Yes. To a box that they keep putting a hand in. I don't know if I'm wrong.
Correct.
It was
That's
choppy.
Flash Gordon, and I just watched that this week.
That was on TV this
Yeah.
week. Flash!
Oh, no, that was a biological, the swamp pit thingy.
Yes.
Yes.
Although it was on,
Swamp-
but they edited it jumped.
They took out all
They
the
cut out
nudity.
scenes?
They like plot wise, like all of a sudden, like something's going on, and then however they got from A to B is not there anymore.
Huh.
Why?
I don't time.
To make it fit into an hour and 30 minutes?
Yeah, probably.
Which always
they can get
boggles my
more-
mind because it's cable. You don't have to finish in 2 hours. Like, just put the movie on.
That's weird.
Hell, they were playing Endgame the other day, and that was like 6 hours on their afternoon schedule.
I mean, other than the cheesy, outfits and the storyline
and the movie itself.
and the movie itself, I mean, are there any, like, quote unquote, problematic scenes that
No, I
don't
don't think
age
so.
well in that movie?
I don't think
other
so.
than Ming, I mean,
Yeah.
I
He's
I
a
have no
bad
idea.
guy, so
Well, yeah.
Wow. Let's not go down that hole.
That's what she
I'm
said.
going to do what Jeff Garland didn't do.
And shut up.
Shut up.
Blake, so Wheel of Time, real quick, not get into a big discussion. I've only one episode
Jim's
in.
not here.
Yeah.
Again,
I've seen one
to
episode.
help us with. Yeah.
Very choppy.
Yes. There are hundreds of pages missing in between these scenes.
And end of the first episode. Okay, you're all going.
do you really care about them?
No.
That was my first problem.
You're all coming with me. Okay.
That was my first problem with all the four main characters. It's
Yeah.
like they didn't do anything to develop for me to care about them
I like the
and
Archer.
what happens to them.
you're
and all
supposed
that
to
kind
care
of
about
stuff.
them because they're the main characters.
I like the archery guy.
Oh well, if that's that simple, I mean, Amazon's in. They're going to do a great job with Mass Effect.
And I like the witch's protector. The late.
Nynaeve. Oh, you're talking about Lan.
Yeah.
The ward.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I like
the warrior.
Yeah.
He's actually pretty cool. He's actually very good. I like his character
I was falling asleep.
better than the annoying four children, quote unquote, young adults now.
I was falling asleep, and then the final 10 minutes happened. I'm like, "Oh, hey, I'm awake now. Okay, let's go."
Yeah.
But yeah, it was.
Is that when the nudity kicked in?
No.
Oh.
It's like I do know some. There are some fans that don't like some of the casting choices.
I'm one of them. I never read the books, but that main guy in the first 20 minutes, I'm like, I don't know if I can watch an entire story with this actor.
Yeah. And there's some, I really consider them, some of the actors I don't think are really that good, to tell you the truth. But, I do know, like, casting, for example, I will say, like, a buddy of mine who tried for, like, 2 decades to get me to read Robert Jordan in the Wheel of Time books. Mm-hmm. His first thing is, like, his major complaint was, none of these characters are what I imagined them to be. They're cutting out hundreds of pages. And he's like, for example, talk about, the character Moraine. She's supposed to be like this very short, diminutive, 5 foot, whatever, mage and stuff. And they cast, what's her name? Gone Girl. And, she's like,
wow. To be fair, Jack Reacher is supposed to be a big, tall, muscle guy, and Tom Cruise.
And Tom Cruise playing him too. Yeah, you got to suspend reality.
Did you see the new Jack Reacher?
Oh,
that guy's
so
huge.
good.
That guy's good. Yeah,
that guy's a walking.
Why would you even
stick.
fight that guy?
Jesus Christ! He's like he probably could like he could probably like arm wrestle Doug.
Oh
with
yeah,
his hands.
Yeah, that would be a tough call with 8 hands. Yeah, that guy walked out. I'm like, why would you fight this guy? Like nothing about that.
Yeah.
Brian walks out. And I'm like, I'm not fighting Brian. You intimidate me.
No, he was in Titans.
Brian?
Yeah.
Yeah, you didn't watch Titans, so you missed Brian.
And you didn't even watch it, Brian. You were in it, and you
was
didn't
in
watch it. Brian, I'm going to change things up here.
He's like what's her name, Katie Cassidy. Didn't actually watch the show he was in.
I died.
Oh, fucking Arrow.
Have you finished it?
No, I haven't watched a single episode since the 6 weeks ago. I gave up.
You might be watching this, though. Sylvester Stallone is set to star in a new drama series at Paramount Plus from Taylor Sheridan from Yellowstone creator and Terrence Winter.
Merry
Friday,
Christmas to me.
The series set in present day follows legendary New York City mobster Sal Stallone.
Sal Stallone?
Well, Stallone's not his last name, but it's Sal, who is faced with the startling task of reestablishing his Italian mafia family to the modernized, straight-shooting town of Kansas City, Missouri. Ooh.
Ooh, the mafia in Kansas City.
What is in Kansas City to take?
Everything. There's nobody else there to take it.
There, Sal encounters surprising and unsuspecting characters who follow him along his unconventional path to power.
Don't do it.
Going to Kansas City.
Don't do it.
That was a good one.
Well, that's all right, though, but Stallone's going to get canceled, now that he's officially QAnon.
He is not.
Well, that's what he's telling you. But he wore a hat with a Q on it.
Down the hall. Are you excited about this, Brian?
I'm very excited. Because
Okay.
This is his first television show.
Both Sheridan and Winter will be writer and executive produce Kansas City. It's called Kansas City.
Is he going to have a speaking part?
Stallone? I hope so.
Or is it all action?
Or what is he going to say? Num num nom nom. First, the series marks his first regular television of Stallone's career. Let's see here. Yeah, just looking back here. Taylor Sheridan also is doing another spinoff of Yellowstone.
Yeah, the 4 6s.
Yep, 4 6s, which he owns.
Oh, it's called 4 6s, not 6666.
Yeah,
Well,
it's
you
called the
could.
4 6s Ranch.
Oh, jeez.
Sheridan also has done Mayor of Kingstown, which is on Paramount Plus.
That dude he's cranking out good shit right now.
Well, Winter, his partner in this, he's done Sopranos, Boardwalk Empire, and Vinyl. So that's a pretty good,
Yeah.
Pedigree.
yeah. I will say that I told my wife I think we might be dropping Peacock just to get some Paramount Plus here. Especially when, what is that, 1883 starts?
A couple weeks.
Yeah, my wife really wants to see that. And finally, speak of, the West, per MSNBC, Dallas Mavericks owner Mark Cuban, and sometimes a jerk, purchased an entire tiny and virtually empty Texas town. An abandoned strip club and a vacant mobile home park were all about that's still standing in the 76.8-acre community of Mustang, which is 65 miles south of American Airlines Center, home of Cuban's NBA franchise. Quote, did it to help out a friend. No plans yet, Cuban said in an email to NBC News on Friday. The community has been on the market for about 4 years as principal owner Marty Price fell ill and wanted to sell. According to Mike Turner, president of Dallas real estate firm J. Elmer Turner. Turner declined to reveal the final sales price, but conceded it closed last month for less than the original asking of $4 million. $4 million is really not bad for a 76-acre town.
No.
With a strip
One that already has the strip club installed.
Well, it was closed.
Yeah, but it's easy to just reopen instead of built from scratch.
Price passed away in late August, was devoted basketball fan with the Mavericks 4 seats. Quote, Mark Cuban stepped up and it was natural for him to buy it, Turner told NBC News. With his resources and imagination, I'm sure there are endless possibilities. 87 strip clubs. That's all it is. He insisted the Navarro County community just outside of Corsicana has potential with its own exit off Interstate 45, just an hour's drive from Dallas and 3 hours from Houston. There's no zoning limitations.
He's going to be mining coins out there. I guarantee it.
Jerry Newsom, chief of the volunteer fire department in the neighboring town of Angus, said Mustang is ripe for development. We're excited to have him as our neighbor, and we're excited about the growth and potential it has. There are no current residents of Mustang. It's been several years since the last 2 businesses operated Whispers Cabaret Strip Club and the Lion's Den Adult Bookstore. You had 2 things there. That's it.
We know what he really bought the town for. And what buddy was he helping out?
The guy that had floor seats.
And
the guy who
the strip
died.
club and the Lions.
Yeah, I don't think he owned it.
I'm sure he did. Give me a break.
But what would you do with your own town, Brian? What would you do? Like, if you're Cuban, you have money like this. What would you...
obviously, you got the idea from somewhere on Shark Tank. Here, buy your own town.
Yeah. What would you do? What would you build? 76 strip clubs?
I would just sell it off in pieces to developers to develop their own stuff.
Why don't you build your own town, though? That'd be kind of fun.
Nope.
I would.
If you had to fuck you money, like Cuban?
Oh, you didn't say
Yeah,
if
I told
was
him.
Mark Cuban.
Yeah, if you're Mark Cuban.
What would I do? You just said, what would I do?
I would have to get, like, city water and city sewage because I couldn't do septic or well. That would kind of freak me out. I would run that into it, but I think you could build some town.
If you had Mark Cuban money, you'd get plumbing.
Makes sense.
Plumbing is the first step.
Okay.
Step 3 is profit. I don't know what step 2 is right now.
Somewhere between plumbing and profit.
Let me tell you, Brian, we've looked at...
Water?
Did you say guar?
Water.
My wife and I have looked at some land, and let me tell you, if we can find city water attached to the acreage, that's the big thing. You don't want well water or septic. So,
Not the end of the world.
Brian, you could be our neighbor on 76 acres if I had this town. By neighbors, I mean like you're 40 acres
75
over.
acres away.
Yeah, but
You're a 40-minute drive away.
To the other side of Mustang.
And you have to get past the Thanksgiving Day parade.
oh, fucking A. Nothing else in
no
the town.
parade allowed in his town.
That would be the first rule.
I
First
thought
rule.
the first rule was plumbing.
Oh, yeah. I would probably build a zoo like Tiger King did, Joe Exotic. I think those are look really legit. for
Get
a
Matt
town.
Damon to run it for you?
Yes.
Because he did that movie about running a zoo.
We bought a zoo. Matt Damon.
What was that?
That was the Matt Damon impersonation.
We bought a zoo.
That was an impersonation of Matt
It's
Damon.
from
Team America.
Team
World
America.
Police.
Fuck
Matt
yeah. You ready?
Damon.
Matt Damon. I'm fucking Matt Damon.
Have you seen Team America?
I have.
Okay.
But
Matt Damon.
The Matt Damon puppet
bring it
came
back.
out looking wrong.
yeah.
And so they said, well, we'll just go with it.
Matt Damon. I bought a zoo. I did.
It just caught me way off guard. Sorry.
I like apples. Let's hear from our friends at Jock and Nerd.
Do you ever wonder when Spider-Man goes to the bathroom if the toilet paper sticks to his fingers?
Do you ever wonder why Superman wears his underwear outside of his pants?
My name is Imran.
My name is Anthony,
He's the Jock.
and he's the nerd.
And we're your hosts for the Jock and Nerd podcast, where we sometimes try to attempt to answer these questions.
This is a full spoiler podcast, and we swear a lot.
Check it out for awesome geek news, interviews, and comic book reviews. Visit jockandnerd.com. We are your superhero TV, movies, and comic book culture curators.
Boom.
Jockandnerd.com. Jock and Nerd.
Box office news and world reports. This weekend at the box office, December 3rd, 2021 through December 5th, 2021, Encanto came in number one, making $12.7 million, a total of $58 million on its budget of $120 million. So none of the new movies came in on top.
No. You can read my review of and content at nerdly.co.uk.
Ghostbusters Afterlife came in number 2 with $10.4 million, a total of $102.2 million on a $75 million budget.
You can read my review of Ghostbusters Afterlife on nerdly.co.uk. I think they're going to make a sequel to this.
Probably.
Anyone else seen it yet?
Not yet.
Nope.
No.
House of Gucci comes in third with $6.7 million, a total of $33.6 million on a $75 million budget.
House of the Gooch.
We should make Jim write a review of that so you can read that on nerdly.co.uk.
I don't think it's going to make its money back.
Not domestically, but probably in Italy. They're all over it. Number 4, Christmas with the Chosen, The Messengers, made $4.1 million in its opening weekend on an unknown budget.
How do they choose the colon?
I don't know. With their fingers?
2 fingers.
Colonoscopies.
I think this is a Kurt
Auditions.
Cameron film. I don't think Kurt's in it, but it's that type. It's by Loaf and Fish Productions.
Loaf and Fish Production?
I'm not kidding.
No.
Yeah.
That sounds
think
very
they did
Christian.
Yeah, they did the God's Not Dead, I think.
Oh,
I don't
they're with the Kevin Sorbos of the world. I saw a thing online when you mentioned God's Not Dead. Apparently, the person who did the soundtrack for God's Not Dead, was talking. It's like, he was just contacted to do it or whatnot, and oh crap! Now I'm bringing up the story and I forget how it goes. So ignore everything I just said.
It's a really good story.
Just look it up online yourself. God's Not Dead.
Do your own research.
Are we the Society Enquirer? Are we a newspaper? Do we spell check wrong?
Or the Fox Morning News show this morning. Can us beat Alabama?
Fox, you need to put a C in there instead.
I don't think the Fox Morning News crew could beat Alabama. I really don't.
It kind of depends. Trisha Mackey, she might. She's a basketball player. Local news there. Okay, go ahead, Jeff. What else?
And coming in number 5, Eternals made $3.9 million, a total of $156.5 million on a $200 million budget.
Don't think it's going to make its money back domestically.
Nope. Although I was looking up, I guess Eternals got the worst reviews according to Rotten Tomatoes. It's the worst of all the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
What's second worst?
I don't know if it was Thor: The Dark World or
that
maybe
probably makes
Incredible
sense.
Hulk.
Okay.
But it was and I'm like, wow, because it's pretty good in my opinion. I understand why some people might not like it because it doesn't necessarily fit with the standard Marvel stuff they've been doing for 10 years. But I kind of liked it better than a lot of the stuff they were doing, or they have been doing.
I watched January 14th on Disney+. It's free then.
It is.
If you're a fan of Rob Stark, it'll work.
Who's that?
And Jon Snow.
Oh, yeah.
He knows
Kit Harington.
nothing.
Kit Harington.
That's right.
He knows Kit Harington.
Yeah, he's Black Knight. I'm excited.
Somebody doesn't know.
I thought you liked him in Pompeii.
Robert Madden.
How can I be optimistic about this?
Robert Madden was Rob Stark.
I don't know.
Robert Madden? No.
John Madden.
Richard Madden.
Oh, John Madden.
Richard Madden.
John Madden.
He plays one of the Eternals, Icarus.
You know, I'm an Eternal. Pow!
I'm a Stark. Pow!
He scored a touchdown, 6 points. Pow! Cut a turducken with his sword.
Look out, Lannister.
Pow! He could cut a turducken with a sword.
Idris Elba, get over here. Cut that turducken.
Serve the turducken.
Don't. No. Upcoming December 10th of 2021, we have West Side Story.
When President Ulysses S. Grant learns that diabolical inventor Dr. Arliss Lovelace is planning to assassinate him...
I'm just trying to figure out what he's actually reading the review to.
He orders Civil War hero James West and the U.S. Marshal Artemis Gordon to arrest him.
West.
Wild West Side.
With his trigger-happy personality, doesn't always mesh well with that of thoughtful Gordon, but they manage to work together.
The Wild West Side Story.
Clyde Frog or Saving Selma. Hayek.
Yeah.
I like your concept better, man.
I broke Brian. Brian, you got the next one.
National champions.
I assume it's a movie about Alabama. Roll Tide.
No, it's Vanderbilt, asshole.
Vandals, baby. Vandals. Okay, so there's your movies for the week.
Let's see. It follows a star quarterback who ignites a player's strike hours before the biggest game of the year in order to fight for fair compensation, equality, and respect for the student athletes.
Hey guys, let's go see that Union show movie. Yeah, pro Union, baby.
That sounds about as exciting as the Phantom Menace.
Let's give them our biggest bonus paychecks.
There's no football in it. It's just a negotiation. We want livable wages. No.
I can't live on $20 million a year.
I can't pay for my own health insurance on $20 million. Come on. Come on. Come on. That's all it is them passing paper back and forth across the table.
How about this?
And unfolding it and writing a number and folding it back up and crossing it back across.
They don't even verbalize what the numbers are. What
No.
You just see them write stuff down.
And it's like
slide it
those
across.
assholes in movies and TV shows, the text messages, like they don't pop it up on the screen. It's, you got to read the phone. It's like, I can't read that.
It's like, and you get that sound effect that
It's got a great cast.
as they text.
Who's in it?
J.K. Simmons, Alexander Ludwig, Timothy Oliphant, Jeffrey Donovan, David Koechner.
Whammo!
Russell Wilson plays himself in it.
Time out. I'm not kidding. I was like picturing Owen Wilson.
Owen Wilson.
Why is he playing himself?
That's where I went with it too. When I heard Russell Wilson, is that the third Wilson brother?
Hey, what's up?
Well, you know, I'm just a quarterback.
I'm the Union Buster here.
That's your Owen Wilson.
Owen Wilson?
Yeah.
Yes.
Brian, do you need a hug?
No.
You seem quite angry at me tonight.
No.
Go watch the Wild Wild West, and you'll like it.
I can
Story.
see Wilson being in it because he is trying to get out of Seattle right now.
So
he would
this
be
is-
motivated to appear.
So
as
is Pete
himself.
Carroll.
This isn't based on professional sports. It's on. It's based on a college team. That's what it. The student athletes getting
Is
compensation.
it based on a true story or anything?
I don't. I doubt it. But
No, just a fig. Okay.
So Russell Wilson is playing a younger version of himself, or his current self, who's helping out these young college
Plays a
students?
younger version, even though he looks 40. It's kind of like Steve Buscemi's character. What's up?
Hey, fellow
fellow
students.
Hey, fellow redshirt freshman.
how do you do, fellow kids?
In 2 weeks, the Kurt Warner underdog story comes out. So take your pick: trade negotiation with the union, or Kurt Warner. Ah, great.
But you get to see his wife.
Top 5 this week. Top 5. Top 5 favorite holiday-themed television episodes. It could be Christmas. It could be Thanksgiving. It could be anything. We don't really give a shit.
I thought you meant, Christmas, New Year's.
Yeah, you could. That's what I think of holidays.
I think there's holidays that happen throughout the entire year. With that said, I think all my answers are stuff that happened between Christmas and Thanksgiving. Because people really don't make that good Labor Day episode.
My number 5. Oh, Jeff, go ahead. Number 5. You go.
My number
They did make that Labor Day episode. It's called National Champions.
my number 5 is How I Met Your Mother's Slapsgiving.
Oh, I forgot about that. That was good. And they continued it for years.
Yes. Well, yeah, the slap bet merges with Thanksgiving.
My number 5 is the Cheers Thanksgiving when they get into the giant food fight. Cheers is awesome anyways, but like just to see, I think maybe it's because I wanted Shelley Long to get hit with a pie in the face for so long because I couldn't stand her character in it.
Instead, they hit the only appearance of Vera on the
Yep.
show. So we never saw her face.
Cheers actually had some very good Thanksgiving and Christmas episodes. But yeah, this is the iconic one, so that is my number 5. Right?
My number 5, I hobied it.
Mm-hmm.
It's the Benihana Christmas and the Yankee Swap from The Office.
Yankee Swap was my number 2. That was their first Christmas episode.
That was the first one.
Offices had some good Christmas, but they didn't make any of my lists.
The Benihana one is funny just because Dwight's at the far end of the table at the restaurant. Yankee Swap is the iPod, yes.
Yeah.
Yep. That's a good one, Brian. Number 5 for you, Bradley.
So yeah, I thought you meant holidays. I thought you meant like the upcoming holidays, like Christmas, Hanukkah,
That's fine.
Kwanzaa, New Year's,
Boxing
all that
Day.
kind of stuff. Yeah, Boxing Day.
Valentine's Day,
and
Martin
then,
Luther King Day.
Well, no, just a 3-week period
So what'd you get?
or 4-week period. And then I had to remember actually watching the episode because this was really hard.
Yeah.
Because I can't really think of one off the top, but then when I start digging, I can remember a few. Mm-hmm. So I had to have actually seen them and remembered them. So number 5 was the Married with Children for Better Watch Out. You know, where he takes over as Santa because the mall Santa dies in a parachuting accident
In his front yard.
Yeah, in his front yard.
Yes.
So in order to like save Santa, he portrays himself as
Is that with Sam Kinison?
I can't. Al.
Is Santa?
No, Sam Kinison was the angel. That might be a different one. Might be a different one.
But
Sorry.
so Al dressed up as a Santa Claus, and I can't remember the whole episode, but it could have been Sam in there.
Okay.
But I do remember the Santa dying in their front yard.
Do you remember that
Yeah.
one? What you got? What else? Number 4.
Oh, I'm the bookend.
You're the
All right,
bookend.
I'm the wraparound.
Every fucking
Number 4. That's right. Arrested Development. Brownies and Afternoon Delight.
Don't know that.
You know, I saw that
Yeah.
on a lot of lists, and I'm like, I'm not recognizing this episode.
And the rebuilding of the banana stand. The traditional rebuilding of the banana
You know, there's always money in the banana
always
stand.
money in the banana stand.
Always. Brian, did you ever watch Arrested Development?
I did not. Erica watched. I think it was that she watched it.
I think you
some
have,
of it, but
you have to watch it before Ozark, or else Ozark doesn't make any sense.
It's the prequel to Ozark. But before you watch that, do you have to watch the
Silver Spoons?
Valerie's Family or the
That's Silver-
Hogans?
yeah.
Well,
The Hogans. Sam Kinison was in a different one.
Oh, different one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Number 4 for you, Brian.
number 4 for me
the
was,
Sam Kinison episode of no.
was the Mom and Pop Store episode of Seinfeld,
Oh,
where George thinks he's buying John Voight's car,
yes.
It's John Voight's car.
and
Someone chewed on this pencil. These are John
This
Voight's
John
teeth
Voight's
marks.
That's
pencil.
a very good one. I forgot
Yes.
about that.
and
'cause-
that's it's a Thanksgiving episode because Jerry's trying to figure out whether or not he gets invited to the Thanksgiving Eve party.
yes. And he knocks the clock over and destroys Woody Woodpecker, the giant balloon. Ah,
And
damn it.
Kramer takes all of Jerry's shoes to get
Yeah.
him like fixed or whatever, and he only has cowboy boots.
Hey, cowboy, where do you think you're going?
But I don't want to be a cowboy.
Number 5 was Cheers. Sorry. Number 4 for me was Tales from the Crypt, the HBO one. It was called All Through the House. I remember this one because this one freaked me out as a kid. I would watch it with my dad. And it was a woman, she kills her husband on Christmas, basically suffocates him to get his insurance money. Like she's trying to make it look like an accident. And there's a serial killer that escapes from the local prison, and he dresses like Santa, and he terrorizes her throughout the house. Classic. I love Tales from the Crypt. I still remember that
I
one.
may have seen this, but I can't remember.
It is freaky. It still creeps me out. But yeah. So, Jeff, number 4?
Number 4 for me is the Woodland Critter Christmas episode of South Park.
Oh, God.
That one, I think that might be their ultimate
Was
Christmas
that the one?
episode.
It's okay to shoot as long as you say it's coming right at me.
No. This is the one where the kids are barely in it, but because they're showing the woodland critters getting ready for the coming of their Lord.
Oh,
And it turns out they're Satan worshiping critters.
When they do that twist,
Yes.
you're just like, oh my gosh. What's your number?
Yeah, one of the critters is pregnant with the Antichrist.
Christ.
What's your number 3, Jeff?
Number 3 is Carol of the Bells episode of Ted Lasso.
That was an honorable mention for me.
Is that the latest episode or latest season?
It's from the latest season. Okay. It came out in the middle of the summer.
Gotcha.
For a Christmas episode.
That was a very good episode.
But it was a good episode. I tried to not put it on my list because I'm like, it's too soon. Blah blah blah. But it's still great. I got to put it on.
Yeah.
My number 3 is one of the first ones I remember growing up. The Simpsons Christmas episode. The first one where Bart gets a tattoo. Marge has to use all their Christmas money to get laser removal, and they don't have any money. So Homer uses all his money instead of buying gifts. He buys them at the dollar store, but he also goes to the track, and he gets Santa's Little Helper because Santa's Little Helper loses and gets kicked out. And the kids think it's the best thing ever because they got us,
dog for Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah, dog. That's right.
Very good episode. Very good episode.
Very first episode.
Almost kind of like an O. Henry short story.
The candy bar?
Yes.
Yeah, the Harris.
Oh, Henry from Seinfeld.
That's right. The Harris episode, the bra.
The bra.
Oh, yeah.
Number 3 for you, Brian.
Number 3 for me is the one with the Holiday Armadillo on Friends. It's where Ross is introducing Ben to Hanukkah, and he couldn't. It was too late for him to rent a Santa costume, so all the costume place had left was an armadillo suit.
Yep.
That's one of my favorites that they did.
That's a good one.
I'm thinking that was the last episode we ever saw Ben.
Yeah, because he went to Riverdale. They sent him away to Riverdale. Friends had a lot of good Thanksgiving episodes.
Yeah, there was
Christmas.
a ton, but
Yeah, they were good on constantly spitting out episodes to do with the holidays.
yeah,
And memorable ones, because it's like, Modern Family did that every year, but none of these are memorable.
They had the Halloween ones, Modern Family, but it was always just like the house was decorated. I don't remember anything else.
yeah. Friends had a ton. It seemed like they were one of the major sitcoms that definitely focused on a holiday episode every year.
The football one.
Yeah.
That was good.
Yeah, that was an early one. The one where she gets the turkey stuck on her head is good too.
Blake, number 3 for you.
Yeah, number 3, Curb Your Enthusiasms, Mary, Joseph, and Larry. Larry being Jewish and his wife Cheryl being Christian. Her parents come in and they got this big, living, what's that, Christmas display.
Nativity set?
Yeah, and living nativity set. He ruins it all.
Oh.
Of course. Yeah.
Never watched Curb.
It's good.
Should, but never.
What, Larry ruins it?
Yeah, of course.
What's your number 2?
And then number 2, sticking with that theme, of course, I got a lot of problems with you people.
Oh, the Festivus.
Festivus. That's right.
I love Seinfeld.
The strike episode.
But it wasn't a great... I didn't think it was a great episode. The Festivus is great because it's legendary.
Yeah.
But I was not a huge fan of
The
this.
Festivus part was good, but I suppose the episode is called The Strike, so it's all about Kramer striking at the bagel place.
And even Elaine
the
had a
main-
really bad side one. The strike wasn't as bad, but the Elaine one was not my favorite.
Where she gave the guy the fake number, and it was to the betting track, so she had to
Yeah.
give the betting track to get the message because she actually wanted to hook up with the guy.
That was an honorable mention, though, for me, just because
Yes.
of Festivus.
Yeah. I like the Festivus aspect. So tell me about this Festivus.
Leave it! Number 2, Brian?
Number 2 for me, the gang squashes their beefs. The Thanksgiving episode of Sunny.
Yeah.
I think that's season 9.
Have you watched the new season?
I did watch the first 2
God.
episodes.
I have to see it still. I haven't watched it. Is it good?
Lethal Weapon 7 is hilarious. I had tears in my eyes. I was laughing so hard.
So yeah, that's the second episode
Yeah.
because they released 2. The first one is
PPP loans.
somebody from the government is coming to because they all got PPP loans.
Yeah.
And they're trying to figure out how they use the money,
Yeah.
and it's it's so good.
Yeah.
Let me watch this.
I'm going to have to look that up then.
It's kind of funny. Yeah, they're thinking they're going to get money for the bar, PPP loans. He's like, no, you guys already took out loans. They're like, and they don't realize everybody else, took out loans. They thought they were doing it on their own.
And they all did it on their own.
Yeah. Yeah, like, Dee and Charlie.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. And
Yeah.
what they end up doing actually is pretty funny.
Number 2 for me was The Office Yankee Swap. Jeff, number 2 for you?
Number 2 for me is Abed's Uncontrollable Christmas.
I knew that was going to be on there.
Of course it's going to be on there. It's one of the best Christmas episodes of all time. Matter of fact, it's the best Christmas episode of all time.
Oh, well, what's your number 1?
My number 1 is Turkeys Away from WKRP.
God is my witness.
That was an honorable mention.
That was an honorable mention for me, too. Number 1 for me, sticking with the Seinfeld things, The Pick. When Elaine gets her Christmas card photo taken by Kramer and her nipples out there. And
Make it a Christmas card.
I said that to my nephew. And her sister's like, your nephew has this card, but I can't find it. Check under his mattress. And then George, I didn't get a card. I thought we were friends. And she just shoves his head into it. And that's also Jerry's dating a model. So
I think she sees him pick his nose.
yeah. Number 1 for you, Brian.
Number 1 for me, I went away from sitcoms. It's an episode from The West Wing, and it's In Excelsis Deo.
Great episode.
I saw that on a lot of lists. I never watched the West Wing, though.
Yeah,
So.
It's probably one of my favorite episodes of all from West Wing, but that's the episode that Richard Schiff won his Emmy. That's what got him nominated for his Emmy, and he won for it. It's a really good episode.
Is that the one where President Bartlett yells at somebody?
yes.
No.
Okay.
So that one is where there's a homeless veteran that dies in the park right around the White House, and they call Toby to come down to meet like whoever found him, and the guy just happened to buy his coat from the Goodwill, or got his coat from the Goodwill, and it had his card in it.
Toby's card.
So and then since the guy was homeless, like he gets a funeral for him and all that stuff.
Okay.
Which isn't always by the book. And
Right, yeah, so
Toby goes outside the lines.
yeah.
Great. That was a good episode. I like that one. Blake, number 1?
See, my number 1 comes from a mid 90s BBC television series that I got turned on
Oh, is it
to.
Absolutely Fabulous?
No.
Faulty Towers?
No.
Not mid-90s. Come on.
No, it was in for only like 25 episodes because Dermot Morgan, the main character and comedian, died in a horrible car accident, so they couldn't continue the series. But the series is called Father Ted, and the episode is called a Christmassy Ted, and it probably has one of the most hilarious scenes where all the Catholic priests are stuck in the women's lingerie section, and hilarity ensues from there.
Father Ted only ran 25 episodes?
Yeah, it's like one season BBC.
Yeah, well, that sounds like 4 seasons on BBC.
I was just going to say.
But wow, as much as they talk about Father Ted, I just assumed it was like a long running show. Not
Yeah.
Any quick honorable mentions here before we wrap up?
Quick honorable mentions. I got Futurama Xmas Story with the Santa bot.
I'm sorry, you're right. There was 3 seasons, about 8 each.
Okay.
Yeah. For Halloween, I got South Park's Korn's Groovy Pirate Ghost Mystery with the had a guest appearance of the band Korn.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
and I had Lost episode, The Constant. It was the best episode of Lost, and it was at Christmas time.
Huh. Anyone else?
I had the WKRP turkey one. I also had Festivus, but then I had another West Wing episode, the Indians in the lobby.
Yes. When the Native Americans wouldn't leave?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she's got to pick the turkey that gets pardoned.
Yes.
So that's really funny. And then it's not really a Christmas episode, but it's in one of the last episodes of Friday Night Lights. Matt Searson comes back into town, and it's set at Christmas time, but it's not a Christmas episode. But he just walks in the door of his grandma's house holding a Christmas tree, and he says, "Happy Christmas, Grandma." I don't know why, but it's just
Okay.
it's dumb, but it's typical of that character.
My oldest son and my daughter came up with Hawkeye. And my wife's like, is that really Christmassy? And my daughter's like, it takes place at Christmas, Mom.
The whole thing is Christmas.
He's trying to get done. He's trying to wrap up the whole Ronin thing so he can get home for Christmas.
The damn tracksuit gang.
It's almost like an MCU, planes, trains, and automobiles.
Oh, so good. Kevin Bacon's on it, though.
But, I'm surprised none of us said Mr. Hanky, the Christmas poo.
I wasn't a big fan of that one.
No.
We do have Kevin at Cincinnati Explorer. He had A Home for Christmas, parts 1 and 2 on Saved by the Bell. Christmas Cheers, which is on Cheers. That's a good one. Carol of the Bells, Ted Lasso. Christmas Party, The Office. I think that's when she gets drunk and catches her hair on fire, and they take her to rehab.
Oh, Meredith.
Meredith, sorry.
Yeah.
And The Strike, Seinfeld, with Festivus. He also had I'm Schmeeming of a White Christmas, Home Improvement, and Santa Goes Downtown, Night Court. Of course, the Night Court.
Still looking for that on DVD if anybody has a lead on it.
And Mr. Belvedere.
And
Mr. Belva what?
Belvedere.
Okay.
And he's also looking for a DVD player.
Yes.
I might be able to grab one of those on clearance for Christmas.
Etsy.
Don't look for a brand new VCR, though, because they stopped making them.
Bad idea of the week, number 5,212. Buying a town that does not have a working strip club anymore. Not a good idea. Make sure it has a working strip club.
And plumbing.
Yes, plumbing. Titles for the show, Jeff?
It does have a lion's den.
Yes, did.
Let's see. Titles. I have Bus Star, Silk Diaries, Chewing Noises, Telefinger, What Jeff Garland Didn't Do, and A Walking Meat Stick.
Do you like the walking meat stick? I have Fine, I Won't Retire. What Clone Are You? And my television safe word. That's all. Brian?
I had Choose Your Own Adventure, sponsored by Chewing Noises, Telefingering. What are we even doing here? Actually, those are the only 4 that I wrote down. I thought I had more than that.
I like telefingering.
How do you spell that? T-E-L?
Fingering.
T-E-L-E.
Yeah.
Telefingering.
Fingering.
So you put a hyphen in there.
No. You put a hyphen in telephone and telegraph and telescope.
Yeah.
Teleprompter?
You could put a colon in the middle there.
Colon in the
Do
middle
put
of your
colons.
Just
telefinger.
make sure you put an exclamation point.
Telefingering, colon.
Ready?
Put a colon at the end.
You gotta do it right. Telefingering. Everybody, thanks for listening. We are going to be back next week. A couple more weeks, and we got the Floppies End of the Year Awards. And then we also have our Christmas episode as well.
Round table.
Yeah. So
Maybe.
Yeah.
If we can find a time to get together.
We got it. We'll get it. It may not be as big this year, but we'll have it. It's
That's
fine.
what she said.
No, not November. Anyways.
I had almonds. I already told you I had them.
Sorry.
I don't.
Everybody, thanks for listening, and we will see you next week. Roger says goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Walking Dead to Talking Heads, from comic books to TV sets. There's a history, not so bad. There's the history. It's the history of bad, so bad. The history of bad, it's bad. History of bad ideas. Podcast.
You've been listening to Hobie.